This is one of my favorite shop tools. Let's give it some upgrades. I bought this 4000 CFM fan to crank out an additional 1000 CFM over the original design. These air filters will also see an upgrade. We'll also find out how this unit performs after years of use. The cost of this particular unit is about $250 with upgraded filters. It's definitely more expensive than a box fan air filter, but it can produce 3 times more airflow and has other additional benefits. Compared to the real-world performance of some professional air filtration systems, the power versus price is very good. You will notice that the CFM ratings for these units have a factory CFM and a real-world CFM rating. In the process of filming this video, some interesting information came to light. I will cover those findings in lots of gritty detail in my next video that I'm calling Lies in the Wind: The Great Airflow Conspiracy. That's a working title. Today I'm focusing on how much dust we can filter from the air with a design like this. This is not a build video. If you like the design of this unit, watch the original video next on how to make it. There will also be a third video in the series where I offer lots of different configurations that might be perfect for your needs. There will be free plans for each and every one of these designs, one of which is the most powerful air cleaner on YouTube. Today I will give you both metric and imperial measures, but I am talking in CFM. A CFM is a cubic foot per minute of airflow. It's a measure of volume. When it comes to filtering the air, this rating is one of the most important factors in determining how effective your filter will be. The faster the air is filtered, the less time dust has to settle out of the air. The next thing to consider is how much air is the filter itself designed to process. The exact capacity depends on the material the filter is made from and how much of that material is present in the filter. I'll get into that in more detail in the next video. But for now, the internet seems to indicate that a safe estimate for this calculation is 2 CFM per square inch of filter. So based on that, the 16 by 20 by 1 filter used here has a rating of 640 CFM max. Multiply that by 8 and this unit can handle over 5,000 CFM of airflow. Pair them with a 3 or 4,000 CFM fan and the filters are well capable of handling the load that is being put on them. One reason why the box fan air filters don't perform that well is that the average 20 by 20 by 1 filter is only designed to handle around 800 CFM. This causes the box fan to get bogged down and potentially pull unwanted particulate through the filter. Personally, I need more than that to filter enough air to prevent dust accumulation. I don't want this stuff anywhere in my shop, if I can help it. Let's talk about MURF ratings for a moment. Basically, these numbers are a standard for determining how much small particulate is removed from the air on each pass through the filter. The higher the number, the better the filtration. The filters I am replacing today have a rating of MERV 13, and the new ones are rated at MERV 14. Air filters above MERV 14 tend to be prohibitively expensive. For instance, these MERV 16 filters, which still fall a bit short of a HEPA rating, are about $100 each. What I tend to hear is that the most important number to consider on this chart is the 0.3 to 1 micron range. These are extremely small particles that, upon entering your lungs, are capable of going directly into your bloodstream. They are very light and are capable of staying airborne for over an hour under the right conditions. If you are working in a house with an attached climate-controlled garage, it can be easy for these particles to get pulled into the house when your AC is running. So we want to filter as much of these from the air as possible. MERV 14 gives us 75 through 84% reduction in these particles every time the air is filtered. If the air is filtered 4 times, then in theory, even a lower rated filter like these can remove as much dust as a HEPA filter over multiple passes. Now getting back to this design, one of the things I liked most about it was that the fan can be mounted in either direction. It's also portable, so I can park it right next to something that produces lots of dust. The configuration that works best for me and prevents dust from getting into the room in the first place is the pull configuration, where the fan is blowing air into the unit rather than out of it. The biggest issue with this is that the fan and motor get dirty because the air is not filtered prior to passing over them. That can potentially shorten the life of the fan, or at worst, cause a fire. That brings me to the first upgrade. This 3000 CFM fan is getting replaced with a 4000 CFM fan that features a totally enclosed motor. This is a great solution to the issue of dust buildup because the internal motor components are now sealed off from the grit and the grime. Another feature I really like is that it's exactly the same size as the old fan, no modifications needed to the filter box. The front edge of the fan is also thicker and creates a much better interface with the filter box itself. Unlike the old fan, this one can actually be screwed onto the box. One other benefit of the pull configuration is that dust accumulates on the inside of the box rather than getting caked up on the outside where it can be easily disturbed. Now for the new filters. Be sure to mount these based on your intended fan direction. These are designed to operate most efficiently with wind traveling in only one direction. I use tape to affix the filters because it seals perfectly and doesn't cost much of anything. If that's not your style, I designed some 3D printed air filter clips that you can download for free or buy from me. Weather stripping on the inside of the mount is required if you plan on using these. Now it's time for some testing. Stepping back to the old model for a moment, let's look at how the 3-year-old filters perform. I've been cheap with this, and they haven't been replaced even a single time. The overall performance has been reduced from 2500 CFM to 2000 CFM based on my original testing methodology. What's interesting is that the two Honeywell FRP7 filters have lost significantly more airflow than the MERV 13 filters, despite having a similar initial efficiency. Some filters handle the buildup of dust much better than others. The link to the ones that performed well is in the description. I tried to be conservative with my estimates on the last video. The open area of the filter was assumed to be the spaces in between the cardboard strips, but at this point I'm pretty sure something was off. Though admittedly I'm not sure why that was off, and after 2 years and 300,000 views on that video, no one has called me out on the formula. Maybe it's that the filter itself cannot be considered open area. I don't really know, but I developed a new testing methodology based on the feedback from an industry professional, and I'm getting dramatically different results. Fans are typically tested with a long duct attached to them. This allows air to mix until a consistent wind velocity is reached. I have a lot of data from these tests, and I'll talk about it in far more detail in the next video. Needless to say, you should probably not trust any CFM rating from any manufacturer. In short, with this new method, both the new and old fans fall far short of their rated CFM. Despite that, both can still filter the whole garage in about 3 minutes. By comparison, a leading professional unit filters the same level of particulate at a slower speed for 3 times more money. Based on the performance without filters, this fan is operating at 93% efficiency when attached to the filter box. Most importantly for me, it does a great job of pulling the dust right off of my work area. If dust doesn't get on me, then I won't track it anywhere else. Also remember that just because you have an air filter doesn't mean that you shouldn't wear a mask during some operations. A popular comment on the last video was, how loud is this filter? Let's get an answer for you. The old fan and the new one are virtually identical in this test as well. If you want to see more on this build, there will be a link at the end. Thanks to everyone for warning me not to chop off all my fingers after watching that. Please don't use a saw as I did in that video. Always use a push stick. According to one comment, dado sets aren't even legal in the European Union due to how dangerous they can be. Look up how to make a dado cut with a table saw to find a better way to make those cuts. After looking into how much services charge for some of the 3D prints featured on my channel, I've decided to start a 3D printing service where you can buy these items at a discounted rate if you don't have a 3D printer. There are also links to all of the items featured in this build. Buying anything from those really does help the channel. Seriously, if you click a link for a fan and then end up buying ramen noodles, you are technically supporting the channel. If this air filter isn't the perfect air filter for you, watch the next 2 videos in the series to find out what is. We will test the DIY standards as well as show off a few new concepts that can filter up to 4000 CFM in the real world. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and support.